Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life here, and this past week I got two very good movie releases here in Sweet TNT, and I'm happy to report that they were both very good. So first of all, we're going to take a look at Ready Player One, and in another review I'm going to be looking at A Quiet Place. So Ready Player One, directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Ty Sheridan, Olivia Cooke and Ben Mendelsohn, just to name a few. Ready Player One tells the story of a virtual world called the Oasis, and the creator of that world dies and he hides an Easter egg somewhere in the world with 3 keys, and whosoever finds the keys and solves the clues will become the owner of the Oasis and would also get his entire fortune. So Ready Player One. This book, I read the book prior to seeing the movie a couple months back. The book is written by Ernest Cline. And it's one of the thing about this book that made it so popular, it's very nostalgia heavy, especially when it comes to the 80s. So if you grew up in the 80s, maybe you were a kid in the 80s, or you're a fan of the 80s, and if you're a gamer, this movie is going to appeal to you on a whole other level. I dragged my little brother with me to see this movie because we're both gamers, and more me than him. Granted, while I enjoyed the book, the book is it's not great. It's a very good book, but it's not great. So I was hoping when I heard that Steven Spielberg was the man behind the lens, that he could take this book and transform it into something epic. And that's what he did. I feel like Ready Player One delivered where it needed to. Like I said, the book is heavy on nostalgia. It's just like talking about music from the 80s, games from the 80s, clothes from the 80s, you name it, it's 80s, it's in there. But it can feel a bit too much at times. Here, I just felt like I was having fun. Granted, the entire movie feels like one giant Easter egg hunt when you're watching it, especially if you're a gamer, because you're there like, oh my god, Halo, oh my god, Overwatch, oh my god, Gears of War. It goes on and on like that. And then if you're a fan of the 80s, again, DeLorean, Back to the Future, everything is there. Knight Rider, you name it, you're gonna have to watch this movie over at least a dozen times to find every Easter egg in there. Or you could do like me and go and cheat and go on YouTube and see somebody else did the work and they'll show you where all the Easter eggs are. But it's fun in that respect. It's a fun movie if you're into that sort of stuff, if you're into games, video games, if you're into the 80s era, the music, the style, all that stuff. What it also has going for it, I felt like he was able to take the characters, the main character being Parzival, Artemis, H, Saito, and Sho, I think I Daito and Sho, I think I got those correct. He was able to take the main characters, and Ty Sheridan plays Wade Watts, aka Parzival. And I felt like he did better with them, because in the book, a lot of the book is, well, the book is told from Parzival's point of view. And I felt like in the book, there are huge portions where his friends are not really involved in what's going on. And Spielberg, being the brilliant director he is, understood that you couldn't drag that into a movie. It wouldn't work. So there's a point from, if you've read the book, where an event occurs in the movie, and then it just does a 180 and we get something completely different from what's in the books. And I didn't have an issue with that. I thought it was exciting because I didn't know where he was going with it. And it got the entire group together. So we spent time with everybody as opposed to just one character. And I thought that was a very smart move. Now, do I think everybody will be into this movie? No, not really. I mean, what he did that was smart is the games that he adapted are not so much 80s games, even though that is there. You do get references to Atari 2600 and that sort of thing. But he brought in more modern games that people are playing right now. Games like Overwatch and Street Fighter and those sort of game, Gears of War, Halo. Things that people from the young, I should say the newer generation would recognize faster. It was really smart on his behalf to do something like that, because if he focused too much on the 80s, I feel like you'd lose a chunk of the audience. And I think he handled the nostalgia, bringing it in with the fantasy, the acting, the story. Everything I felt was handled very, very well. Where this movie probably trips up a bit, I think, is that the characters themselves, like I said, there's not much done with the side characters besides for Percival and Artemis and some of H. And I think maybe if we had spent a little more time with those characters, especially H, if they had developed them a little bit more. There's also stuff done in the books on Daito and Sho that is not addressed at all. Those characters just show up in this movie and we really don't know much about them at all, other than they are gamers and they're part of Percival's crew, or his clan if you want to put it that way. So I would have liked to see more development in terms of those characters. I thought Ben Mendelsohn did a fine job as the villain here. He did what he had to do. This movie, the thing about this movie is it's very much an 80s movie. And if you're a fan of those 80s movies like Karate Kid and that kind of stuff, those movies have a formula to them that, you know, it's very much by the numbers, and this movie is kind of like that. So don't expect too many surprises. But overall, guys, I think this was a very enjoyable film. It's one of those movies you could easily switch your brain off, watch it, enjoy the visuals. I highly recommend checking this out at your local IMAX theater if you can. That's the way to see this damn movie. And I'm giving Ready Player One a 7 out of 10. I thought this was very well done, especially considering what the core material is. Because while that book is good, that book has a lot of flaws to it. I felt like Spielberg took those flaws. I felt like he fixed them, he cut out the fat, and he gave us something entertaining. And with a movie like this, that's definitely what I'm going for, entertainment. So Ready Player One gets a 7 out of 10. And that's going to be it for this, guys. So if you like this video, please click on the like button below. It's much appreciated. If you want to subscribe, you can click on my face over there. I also do 30-second reviews if this is a bit too long for you at Stardust. It's an app you can download for both Android and iPhones, and it's a lot of fun. You can post reviews. They're only 30 seconds long. You can find me there, Movie Junkie, capital M, capital J. And that's going to be it, guys. So till next time, bye bye.